Today's scoop is the giants fall. In a historic battle between the Israelites and Philistines, an unlikely hero emerged. Before this victory, this account unfolded with a notorious champion named Goliath. He was a Philistine giant of over 9 feet in height. For 40 days, he and the Philistines came forward and took up their stance against the Israelites. David, the son of Jesse, was a young shepherd with 3 older brothers that served in Saul's army. David's father had sent him to his brothers to provide them with a meal of bread and grains. He also gave him 10 cream cheeses to offer to their commanding officer. David arrived at the war zone, and whilst he spoke with his brothers, the Philistine champion came out and challenged the Israelites yet again. David heard him. A mortal enemy had sent deep fear through the assembled Israelites. Hearing the challenge, David knew that God would defend Israel. He made some inquiries among the men, and this angered his brothers. His brothers did not value his presence. Instead, they angrily questioned his maturity and shepherd's responsibility. Soon thereafter, news reached Saul of David's words. Saul sent for David, and the young man courageously told Saul that he was unafraid of Goliath. He described how he had fought both lions and bears in response to sheep attacks. He continued, "The Lord who rescued me from the paw of the lion and the paw of the bear will rescue me from the hand of this Philistine." David had faith, and Saul permitted David to approach the giant and defend Israel. In preparation, Saul placed his body armor on David, but David removed it as it hindered his movements. David collected 5 smooth stones from a nearby wadi, and with a sling in his hand, he approached the Philistine. Goliath felt insulted and disdain when his eyes rested upon the young shepherd. David said, "This day the Lord will deliver you into my hand, and I will strike you and take your head from you. And this day I will give the carcasses of the camp of the Philistines to the birds of the air and the wild beasts of the earth, that all the earth may know that there is a God in Israel. Then all this assembly shall know that the Lord does not save with sword and spear, for the battle is the Lord's, and He will give you into our hands." The Philistines began to advance to attack. David swiftly went to engage him. He reached out into his shepherd's bag and grabbed a stone. Using just a sling and stone, he struck Goliath on the forehead before cutting off his head. The Philistines retreated and fled, in shock, whilst the Israelites pursued and conquered them. Some overview highlights. The Israelite army put their faith in their skills and training and allowed fear to overtake them. David was overlooked because of his youth and appearance. Many did not see what God saw in this young man. People see on the outside, whilst God sees beyond. There was a period of preparation before David faced Goliath. His experiences and relationship with God prepared him for that moment of victory. Saul's armor impeded David's movements. We often try to walk in our own earthly strength instead of walking with the covering supplied by Jesus. We need to put on the full armor of God. David did not negotiate, run away, or surrender to his giant. He attacked head on. Giants start off as a seed or a baby before it is fed and nurtured. And this is the same with sin, fear, compromises, and other grappling issues. People cannot overcome their giants on their own. David's victory was only made possible by God. Until next time, goodbye and God bless.